Hi everyone, I'm Diana Shiplet, and if this is your first time here, welcome. And for all of you that already know me, hello again. Okay, so today's topic is really amazing. I love it because I overcame it, so I like it. Today we're talking about how to get over your ex. I know a lot of y'all are still thinking about him or her. So it's really important that you walk into the new year. We're about to go into 2020. That you walk into that year. There's something about 2020 that I'm like, ah. So I want you to walk into 2020 with your mind clear, with space to receive new. And if you're still stuck in that place where you're thinking about the old, about the past, and you're stuck and you know you've been there for years, you need to get rid of that, because God wants good things for your life. And I want to see you married. I want to get on those Instagram posts, on those Facebook posts, and see you with a ring and getting ready to get married. So I'm making this video to encourage you, and also because it was requested by someone on my Instagram, on my DMs. Get on those DMs if you got questions or want me to make a video. Okay, let's get into it. Okay, so oh my gosh, I know what it's like to be so in love with someone that you're like, oh my gosh, this person is perfect. I'm never gonna find anyone better than this person. It's not gonna get better. This is why I'm stuck. But I want you to know that there is light at the end of the tunnel, and there's like billions of people in this world, and there is someone better. There's always someone better. But if you're stuck with one person, you will never be able to see what God has for you. You will miss it because you're stuck. You're stuck. So you're gonna get unstuck today. That's what's gonna happen tonight. You're gonna get unstuck because you're gonna start 2020 ready to receive what God has for you. So I'm like super amped up. Okay. All right, so I'm gonna share really quick about my ex and then how it is that I started to get over him. About 3 years ago, 4 years ago, I don't even remember how long ago, I had met this guy. It was so random how I met him. I met him at a restaurant, and then we started chatting, and yeah. Anyways, I thought he was super great. You know, we got to know each other over time, and then we started dating. You know, he was working at a hospital, and he was like around my age. He was young and like buff and just such a gentleman. And I was like, oh my gosh, I've met the one. He's perfect. And then I really felt God tell me, you need to let him go. And I was like, no, God, I'm not gonna let him go. Like, it's like, no, you're wrong, God. You are so wrong, because this guy is like perfect, and he goes to church, and he's good for me, and I think you got this wrong, God. And I really felt God saying, like, let him go. So finally I surrendered, and I said, fine, I'll let him go. But even though I broke up with him, in my heart, in my mind, I hadn't let him go, and that was the problem. So 7 months after, he's texted me like, hey, and girls, you better block that number if you do not want to fall into the same hole. So I ended up texting back, and you know, we ended up getting back together, and I'm really trying to make it work. And also before I forget, the reason why God kept telling me to let him go is because that jerk slept with his roommate. And you know, I was just so, I think love blinds you, and I was justifying for him like, oh, like, you know, this was a mistake. It's not gonna happen again. We're gonna start fresh. This is a new beginning. Like, it's so sad how we justify for people, and God's over here trying to protect us, and we're like, no, God, I know better for myself than you will ever know. So wrong. So I take this person back, and I'm like, God, it's different this time. I know he's changed. And I even go as far as to introduce him to my mom and brother. And and all of that. And I still feel really heavy in my heart that God's like, let him go. And I'm still stuck and justifying for him. And I'm like, God, please make it work. Like on my knees begging God, like, God, you know, you can change people. You will change him. People are not going to change if they don't want to change. Okay. They have a free will and they can choose God or not choose him. And this person was choosing just other things for his life. So finally in my heart, I was like, I keep justifying, and I know in my heart God is saying no. So God finally, after one day of praying and just asking God finally gave me the courage to break up with him. And so I break up with this person, I blocked him from my phone, and then he's like emailing me and saying like, please take me back and blah, 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 we'll make it work. And I was like, no, like I'm truly done with you. Like I want to do God's will. And even though this hurts me, and even though I think you're so great, and even though I think I'm making a dumb mistake, and even though I don't know when I will get married, or what if I never get married because I just let you go, I am going to trust God, because I really feel in my heart that God is saying to let you go, and I'm going to be obedient. So I let him go, and it's really hard for me. So what I did is that any gifts that he gave me, I gave them away. I blocked him, and every time he would email me, I would respectfully say, please stop emailing me. And so the first few weeks were really hard, because I genuinely like this person a lot. I don't know if, I wouldn't say I loved him, because I didn't, you know, that's a really deep word, but in my heart, I thought I loved him, but in reality, now that I'm married and I know what love is, I didn't love him. I was just like infatuated with him. That's the word. So in the beginning, it was really hard. Like I genuinely felt this emptiness. I would go to work, and during my lunch break when I was all alone, I could feel the emptiness, and I felt so sad, and I wanted to cry, and every part in my being wanted to text him and call him and take him back, because I didn't want to feel the feelings. But I chose to be obedient to God, and every time I felt the pain come over me, I would just pray and ask God to give me strength. And I was really relying on God and just asking God for his strength and to help me overcome. And during this time, I started to journal about the pain, but also about falling in love with myself, just like growing as a person. And it doesn't mean like fall in love with myself because I'm infatuated with me. It was more of like just growing as a person, but growing with Jesus. So I started taking that journey, and it was the best thing ever. And then I didn't date for about 2 years. Yeah, 2 years. And then after that, I ended up meeting my husband. But during those 2 years, I truly spent time with God and getting to know how God made me, my identity in Jesus. And, you know, there are other things during that time that I learned to do to get over him and to grow as a person. So those are the ones I am going to share with you. So here are the ways to get over your ex. Number 1 is going to be fully let him go. Make sure you block his number, delete him off your social media. And if you're friends with his family or his friends, just respectfully tell them that this is a season in your life that you're healing, and that for now you can't have anything to do with them. And if God puts it in your heart to reach out to them in the future, you will. But during this time, it's important for you to heal, so you will not talk to them. And even though it's hard and some people might understand and others might not, this is for your own good, so that you can, you know, do the healthy things you need to do to overcome and get over him. Number 2 will be pray. Pray every time the pain comes up and you feel lonely and empty and sad. Ask God for his strength, because God is so faithful and he will come through for you. Number 3 is be patient. Give your heart, mind, body, spirit, and soul time to heal. I know it hurts, I know it sucks, but over time you will get over this, especially if you're dealing with it in a healthy way. For me, it took about 2 months, but after 2 months, it was as if I couldn't remember him. It was as if I was finally free from the thoughts of missing him. Number 4 is set new goals. goals are really exciting because it gives you a direction to where you want to go in life. So your goal could be, I want to be in shape. I want to be the best version of myself. Or, you know what? I want to go to Hawaii next year. Set a goal that you can reach, a goal that you can take steps towards, because then you're going to focus on that. One of my goals personally was to grow in my relationship with God even more, but also to make new friendships with girls, because I had a lot of guy friends and I really wanted to be more of that girl that had more friends that are girls and that I could, hang out with rather than so many guy friends. Number 5 is fall in love with God. When you fall in love with God, it's amazing. He will show you who you are, how he made you. And when you know who you are in God, you stop settling because you see yourself the way your creator made you. Number 6 is have self-care time. Be gentle with yourself, be loving to yourself. This is a time where you are fragile, so you really want to be gentle with yourself. You want to be kind and loving. When someone is hurt or just, broken, or like a bird, like if a bird is really hurt, you're going to be gentle with that bird. You're going to be loving, you're going to be kind, the way you speak to it or grab it, you're going to be really gentle. And that's how you need to be with yourself. Be gentle with yourself, be loving with yourself, and also become the best version of you, because this is going to excite you, motivate you, and remind yourself that love starts, number 1, with God, and also knowing how God sees you. And when you know how God sees you, you will begin to treat yourself in a gentle manner, because that is how God is with you. He's gentle with you, he's loving, and he just thinks you're so precious. So that's how you will treat yourself. Number 8 is going to be know what you want and who you are. When you know what you want, you're not just gonna settle, you're not just gonna go for the next guy. When I broke up with this guy, I said to myself, the next guy I meet, that's gonna be my husband. I am done dating to just date. I was like, I am in my 20s and I really want to get married, and I don't want to waste my time or my heart or my mind or my emotions. So I said, the next guy I meet and date, that's the guy I'm gonna marry, because I am done dating to date. When I see the one I truly believe in my heart is my husband, that is the guy that I will invest my time, my energy, my everything. So know what you want and who you are. During my time when I broke up with this guy, I took time to heal, to become the woman that I wanted my husband to meet. I made friendships with girls, I learned how to cook, I traveled, I did so many things, and by the time I met my husband, I had already accomplished so many of the things that I wanted to become when I met him. So that is my biggest encouragement for you. Take this time, don't use this time in vain, because what if you do meet the one in 6 months? Are you ready to get married within 6 months, a year? And if your answer is no, stop wasting your time with random guys that don't even appreciate you, and use this time to heal, to make friendships, to travel, to love on yourself. Do not waste this time. Please don't waste this time, because I know that if I would have wasted my time with random guys my last 2 years, I would be really sad. And I'm not sad, because I truly enjoyed my singlehood after that breakup. I learned to be happy on my own, and now that I'm married, I love my husband so much, but my husband is not my identity. My identity is Jesus and how God sees me, and it's like an overflow. I can come together with my husband and love him and not be needy, because I get my validation from Jesus, and also I love having alone time. So it's really awesome. These are the things I wanted to share with you. I really hope they help you. My heart is to encourage you, and I really want to see you walk into 2020 strong and with everything that God has for you and wants for you. So if you like this video, please make sure you share it with your family, with your friends. Be caring, be generous. Someone really needs to watch this video. Make sure you give it a thumbs up and subscribe. All right, I'll see you in our next video. Mwah.